This is the Samsung Ace, which looks very similar to the Samsung Blackjack in appearance. However, this is a CDMA phone. Taking a quick look at some other phones to get an idea for the size of the Ace, you can see it's almost the exact same footprint as the iPhone, and is much larger than phones such as the Nokia N95. The Ace is a fairly svelte phone. It's on the thin side, which makes it not too terrible to stick in your pocket, despite how large the footprint is. You can see it has a full QWERTY keyboard, which we have to say is much improved over that of the Blackjack. So are these control and navigation buttons. There's just much better feedback from each of the buttons compared to the Blackjack. They all offer good feedback in travel. We made few mistakes typing with the keypad, which we'll show you later. On the left side of the phone is the volume jog dial, as well as the charge and accessory port here. On the bottom there is nothing. On the right side of the phone is the scroll wheel and back button, similar to the Motorola Q or a BlackBerry. This helps you navigate the menus on the screen. And then there's also the micro SD hatch here. And on the back of the phone you'll see the 1.3 megapixel camera, as well as the vanity mirror and slots for the speakerphone. And there is a power button along the top. Perhaps the most interesting feature of the Ace, however, is the fact that if we remove the battery cover, you see a SIM card here. This SIM card will allow the Ace to travel overseas and roam on GSM networks in Europe. Now, we did try to stick a SIM card for AT&T in this phone to see if it would work, but it doesn't. It doesn't support the bands necessary here at all. It really only will work on the 900 and 1800 megahertz spectrum rather than the 850 and 1900 megahertz spectrum that's used by AT&T or T-Mobile here in the US. What Sprint will allow you to do is to set up a GSM account with them, or you can get it to work with a SIM card from an overseas carrier once you land where you're going. Either way, this phone does allow you to roam over to Europe while maintaining the ability to use the EVDO data speeds here in the United States. Unfortunately, this is a feature we are not able to test. The multiple radio technology and improved keyboard are about all that really separates the Ace from the Blackjack. The standard operating system is Windows Mobile 6. It offers the same basic functionality and can be used in much the same way. One thing we noticed that we like is on the bottom of the keyboard there's a messaging key here, which if we press and hold will automatically launch the messaging button. You can see it fired up a text message. There's also down here a dedicated camera button, which if we hold that will launch the camera user interface. While we're here, let's take a look at it. Up here you've got some nice little icons, and when you hit the menu button it'll highlight those, and you can scroll sideways to pull up the drop down menus, and then you can go and make your selections. I really like this style of menu and found it very useful to make quick adjustments to the camera settings. Once you've made all your settings, basically just hit yourself out of that and you're back into the viewfinder. One thing we noticed about the viewfinder and screen on the Samsung Ace is that if we put something in the field of view of the camera, it's kind of hard to tell in the video, but the quality of the screen on this phone is actually quite good. I mean, it's standard QVGA resolution, but for some reason details really seem to pop when using the Samsung Ace. Of course, the Ace has Windows Media Player, and if we go into Windows Media, we'll see that we've got plenty of music loaded on here. We'll just start something playing. Of course, you can listen to it through the exterior speaker, or because the Ace supports stereo Bluetooth, you can use stereo headphones as well. Either way, music sounds pretty decent. One nice integrated feature is that you can use the scroll wheel to do things like turning down the volume. You can see it goes down and up as we move the wheel around. This is just a nice touch to integrate some of the software features into the hardware of this particular phone. Otherwise, Windows Media Player is fairly unchanged and offers all the standard things that you're used to using on Windows Media Player. Making calls with the Ace, of course, is nothing special. We'll dial a local information number using the keypad, hit the green button, and away we go. Using the menu button, you can see a bunch of different options here. Let you see your history so you can look up other numbers and turn the speakerphone on or off, and of course go to your contacts numbers, which is nice. We'll cancel out of that. And of course, if you hit the green send button, it will show us a bunch of calls that this phone has made. And from here, you can access the menu and do a couple of different things with the calls that are listed in your recent calls history. Let's go into the messaging department. Show you a little bit about how this keyboard works. So we have a new message here. We'll send something to information again because we like bugging them. And we'll go down here and we'll start typing in phone scoop. So you can see it's pretty easy to type, and it also gives you a dictionary of words as you type to help you speed things up a little bit. I find that an unnecessary feature given the fact that we have a full QWERTY keyboard here. I'm sure some people will like it, but I found that it's just as speedy to just continue typing right over the dictionary suggestions. Once you're done composing, hit your menu button. You can insert pictures or things like that. You can save it, send it, and choose from a number of different things. Ace for Sprint has one ace up its sleeve, and that is its worldwide roaming capability. For Sprint customers who do happen to travel overseas occasionally, this provides a nice solution for balancing out your desire to have a Sprint account here in the United States while still being able to roam with both data and voice calls overseas. Keep in mind, the Ace uses EVDO data here in the States, but will only roam on GPRS networks while overseas. GPRS networks are a lot slower than the EVDO networks and will take longer to do things like sync your email or browse the web.